from Fairfield Warde High School. Time for game number 2 of our Coaches versus Cancer doubleheader on the HAN network. Good evening, everyone. With Chris Kalin, John Kovach, Dan Gardella, our entire crew, I'm Rob Adams. This is game number 8 if you count freshman, JV, and now varsity and junior varsity. You know what I'm saying. It's a lot of games. Right now, Fairfield Warde is going for the sweep as they try to knock off the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons. The final game of the evening, the boys' game, as indeed the Falcons take on the Mustangs. Let's bring in Chris Kalin. Cato, good evening.
Good evening to you guys. And coming into this game, both teams are playing very well. Fairfield Ludlowe, they got off to a great start. They were off and fast, up and moving. They hit a bit of a stumble. Now it looks like they've kind of gotten their mojo back, picking up a couple wins, hoping to continue it tonight against the Fairfield Warde Mustangs.
For the Mustangs, they come in with an overall record of 9-7, 7-5, while for Ludlowe, they are 9-5, 6-4 in the conference.
And for Warde, this would be a big win going toward their any kind of postseason hopes. Any chance of making any noise, but definitely tonight, it's a big-time rivalry in town. What it gives them a win here, gives them a little juice, gives them a little excitement, and it's a big momentum boost for this stretch run into the playoffs.
You had wondered perhaps during the first game where the crowd was. Oh, let me tell you, the crowd is very much here for this second game. Student cheering section to our left from Fairfield Ludlowe, some in costume. To our right, plenty of red and black to be found from Fairfield Warde.
Honestly, it's a capacity crowd. They were when I was coming in, they were already talking about maybe the fire department cutting off people coming in, but the atmosphere is great. Your student cheering section, we got it right here to our left. The Warde cheering section is right off to our right. It's going to be a high intensity game tonight.
And in that crowd tonight is John Kovach. John, are you up there?
The atmosphere is just crazy up here. It really is, Rob.
Yeah. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, not sure what that was. The atmosphere is just crazy. You've got a Mardi Gras-like field to our left with the Ludlowe. A lot of Star Wars characters. I'm sure our director's happy about that. Little more traditional over here on the Warde side. Back to you, Rob.
Let's send it across the way to the public address announcer, Gary Kuhn, to get us started this evening.
Fairfield Warde Mustangs, the players and coaches of both teams, appreciate your support and enthusiasm. Please remember, follow the basic guidelines for good sportsmanship. Cheer for your team, not against your opponent. Refrain from the use of foul or abusive language for any reason. The officials in this matchup will make every effort to call this game fairly, so please show them the respect they deserve. The athletes who prepare for this contest will try their best to win, but both win or lose, each will respect each other. We ask you to follow this example, and now, ladies and gentlemen, please quiet down. Show your attention, please, to the athletic director of Fairfield Warde High School, Seth Fry.
Good evening, and thank you all for attending this very special event where Warde and Ludlowe use our annual crosstown game to support the American Cancer Society. This is our 5th year hosting the Coaches versus Cancer event on their behalf. Please continue to help support by buying something from the bake sale, a t-shirt, a Heroes of Hope card, or a raffle ticket, as all funds raised for these things will go to the American Cancer Society. This event has taken on an even more personal note for the Fairfield High School basketball community. As many of you know, one of our own, Giacomo Brancato, has courageously and successfully won his battle with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And he's going to return this year. At this time, Giacomo is going to say a few words.
Thank you all for supporting me and my family during a most difficult time. It is appreciated more than you know. If you made a donation tonight in honor or memory of someone who has battled cancer, please stand at this time and hold up your card. I would also like to direct your attention to the cards on the wall in the hallway that members of the basketball community put up. The names on these cards represent our parents, our grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends, fellow students, and coworkers who have battled this disease. Today we are recognizing them as our heroes of hope. These cards and the names on them represent our hope that those lost to cancer will never be forgotten, that those who face cancer will be supported, and that one day cancer will be eliminated. Thank you all again.
Remarkable young man, Giacomo Brancato, who has done a remarkable job in beating an insidious disease. Let us take a timeout. We'll come back to start it right after this on the HAN Network.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express, open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
It's the new year. The to-do list is long and it's easy to feel pulled in many directions at once. Your professional, personal shoppers at Walter Stewart's are ready to check groceries off your list by shopping for you. Save extra time this year and spend it doing more important things. Great food and wine delivered to your home with the same-day service. Shop Stewart's online at stewartsmarket.com.
I'm Kate Chaplinsky. Join us for Coffee Break, weekdays at 11 to get the latest Connecticut news, weather, high school sports, and more. News doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break on the HAN Network.
Back we come to Fairfield Warde High School with our entire crew. I'm Rob Adams. Happy you decided to join us for this evening. John, are you up there?
I'm here, Rob.
Okay, I'm having to make some microphone adjustments, so hang with me for just a moment. That's all taken care of. And with that said, I think for the first time I can finally, well, you know what? I'm going to wait and bring you the introductions of the starting lineups.
Athletic Director of Fairfield Ludlowe, Dave Schultz. And now your 2015-2016 Fairfield Warde Mustangs. Black guard, junior, number 15, J.J.
So there you go, the starting lineups now introduced. And now, I was all set to bring him in a moment ago. Finally able to welcome back to the crew an old friend. Rejoining us tonight is Dan Gardella. Dan, are you across the way?
I certainly am, guys. You were talking earlier to John about the atmosphere. It is ridiculous over here. I have so many people walk by me, people dressed as Mario, someone had a dinosaur head on them. So you're definitely right about the atmosphere. It is crazy, and it will continue to get crazy throughout this entire game.
Dan, we'll talk to you throughout the night. Good to have Dan back with us. Cato, ready to go?
Absolutely. Let's tip it off. Let's go.
Starting lineups for the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons: Cole Prowett-Smith, Thomas Duffy, Greg Lawrence, Mason Rush, and Aiden Kudsey. For Fairfield Warde, they have Chris Smaldone with Giacomo Brancato, J.J. Conway, Marcel Parsons, and Mark Schwartz.
Rob, the officials for today's game, your referee is Dave Relia, along with our good friend Tommy Cribbin.
Away we go. Rush will jump it against Smaldone. Blue and white, red, white, and black, and we're underway. Tipped away from Brancato and to be brought up by Smaldone. From right to left go the Mustangs of Fairfield Warde. Good to have you with us for this second game this evening. Up top, controlled by Smaldone. Goes off right side, and the travel's going to turn it back. On the inbound, comes into Rush. Rush gets it back to Duffy on the near sideline. Duffy with the handoff to Cole Prowett-Smith. Puts it between the legs, goes off left, sends it over to Lawrence. Lawrence on the dribble, looks, goes right, gets it to Smith. Driving inside, dishes off, plays it to Duffy. 40 seconds gone by, no score. To the near sideline, that's Rush. Fed over, Prowett-Smith, the three, it's good.
Excellent ball movement by Ludlowe, breaking down this Warde man coverage, man-to-man defense, and gets the three-pointer.
Keeping in mind, both these teams need this win tonight to keep them involved deeper in the FCIAC playoff standings. Both have tickets punched for postseason. They'll make it in the States. In the front court is Marcel Parsons, goes to the near side, hands it off, goes to J.J. Conway. Conway dishes, goes up top. That went to Smaldone. Now taken just inside the arc, that's a two, off the front of the rim by Parsons. Looking to run, it'll be brought up by Prowett-Smith. Feeds off near side, Kudsey fields inside, taken away by Brancato. Brancato has it knocked away by Kudsey. Out of bounds, 6:25 to go first quarter, 3-0.
Great positioning by Brancato, gets up in front of the pass, recognizes where it's going to go, gets to the spot, then on the hustle up, just gets it knocked away.
3-0 our score. 95 seconds gone by in the opening stanza. Inbounded by Smaldone. The 5'10 shooting guard, the senior, gets it in. Near side Brancato. Now taken by Smaldone, off glass, trying to cut it to one, no good, fighting for it was Brancato, taken back the other way, looking to move, Duffy. Duffy to Prowett-Smith, and a foul. It'll be a blocking foul.
Non-shooting foul will be on the floor, Rob.
Mark Schwartz, the 5'11 senior, will pick up his first.
An excellent job by Smith. He gets down there, tries to drive into it, goes right into the teeth of the defense to draw a foul.
All the way up top, Lawrence. Lawrence takes a look, goes right. Swings it over to Kudsey. 2 minutes gone by. He pulls up from 15. That's off the front of the rim. Taken back by Smaldone. Smaldone, the chest pass outlet to J.J. Conway. Driving into the blocks. And a foul.
Both teams early, Rob. Not afraid to take it to the rim. They're not just going to pass it around and wait for that open shot.
Layla Markovic just walked by, had to look like a little ice and a wrap on the right shoulder. That was from the first game. Foul going up on Mason Rush, his first. To the line, and the first free throw good. Conway able to cut it to 3-1. John Daly coaching for Fairfield Ludlowe. Ryan Swaller, the coach at Fairfield Warde, second is good. It's a 3-2 game. Crowd very much filled in. To the right side, there's some openings. A few seats to be had over there where the parents would sit. On the near side, bounce pass underneath, off glass, and good. Mason Rush makes it a 5-2 game.
Great movement off the ball by Rush. Rotates out, leaves his two defenders in.
Bounces in and out, and that's good for a three. Looks like Conway. And it's a 5-5 game. That knocks us right back up. Sending it over, it's taken back the other way. Mark Schwartz able to steal it. Transition, Brancato off glass, rims out.
And it's not even a foul on there, it's a traveling call.
So it'll be taken out of bounds by Ludlowe.
Warde looking to apply the defensive pressure early, trying to hope to create some turnovers before midcourt.
Getting it ahead, out to Hayes Kelchner right near the stripe, and across center court they go. Coming up on 5 minutes to play in the first, a 5-5 game. And number 5, Cole Prowett-Smith, the 5'11 sophomore, takes it. Now a three coming that rattles, no good from Duffy. But the offensive board taken by Kudzi, off glass, no good. Tip drill underneath Lawrence, trying to get it back, taken away by Smaldone. Looking to run, here comes Brancato. Brancato drives the lane, finger roll, no good, rebounded Prowett-Smith.
Brancato tried to finesse it in instead of driving it right off the window.
Think he's feeling any pressure tonight, given that this game is in his honor?
I don't think so. I think he's playing, he's attacking, he's playing just like he normally does.
Pretty move inside for Kudzi. He's on the board, and it's a 7-5 game. At the other end, this will fall. Parsons.
Great footwork by Parsons, getting in, able to move, get himself a little space to put that shot off.
Second tie of the night, 4:05 to go in the first quarter, 7-7 the score. Cole Prowett-Smith on the far sideline, feeds back up top, driving inside, goes Kudzi, off glass, no good. Brancato has got the board. I'll get to John in a moment. John knows Fairfield really well. Deep three coming, this rattles, taken back by Kudzi in a 7-7 game, 3:45 to go in the first. In the programs that were handed out tonight, each team indicated who they're playing in honor of. The entire Fairfield Warde boys basketball team is playing in honor of Giacomo Brancato tonight. It's Kelchner up top, swings left, goes over towards Kudzi, down low Lawrence, he misses completely. There's a whistle. John, any pressure extra on Brancato tonight?
I think he's faced all the pressure he needs. I think it transcends this. I think with what he's been through, that this is a game.
Greg Lawrence picks up the foul, his first, team second. 7-7 score, 3:24 to go in the first quarter.
Both teams playing half court, but it's a very high pace, quick moving, ball moving, players moving without the ball, a lot of rotation. It's a quick pace. At some point it's got to slow down or else these guys are going to be burned out by halftime.
It is a crazy quick half court, Chris.
From the free throw line, the pull-up is good. That's Conway. Conway has 7.
Great job by Conway getting to that open spot, just pulls up right outside the foul line. Great hustle.
Warde, their first lead of the night at 9-7. Bringing it over near side, Cole Prowett-Smith. One thing to spy on both coaches, and they're not doing it to be, fashion forward. They are wearing sneakers. There is a reason behind that. 2:42 to go in the first quarter, a 9-7 game. Lawrence trying to fight through traffic. Got it to Prowett-Smith. Prowett-Smith driving, gets to the elbow, spins in the lane, had it stripped away by Malcolm Broom, the 6'2 sophomore out the other end. Little finesse, and lay it in by J.J. Conway. It's an 11-7. Warde lead for the largest lead of the night, and a timeout. Reading from the program. Our coaches are participating in the Suits and Sneakers event. This is an annual event in which coaches across the country unite for a common cause, fighting cancer. It's a 30-second timeout, 2:26 remaining in the first. Dan, early on, any reactions?
Hey guys, you said J.J. Conway scoring 9 of Warde's first 11 points. He's been getting out on the fast break, running with Chris Smaldone, running with Marcel Parsons. Ludlowe, if they want to get back in this game or keep it close, they got to lock him down.
Dan's absolutely right, Rob. He's been able to move free, get good looks at the basket.
Now, Rob, Ludlowe coach John Daly approached referee Dave Rayla at the beginning of that timeout, said something and pointed over at the bleachers on our side. I'm not sure what that's about.
I don't think it was something about the bleachers. I think it was a call that he thinks he missed over here in the corner.
That's entirely possible.
Tipped around in the lane and taken back. Brancato will bring it up from right to left. Across the timeline, he's got it up top. Takes a look to his right, spins it right, and that's where he finds Marcel Parsons on the far sideline. The 5'11 junior switches hands on the dribble, calls a signal in a 4-point Warde lead, 1:55 remaining in the opening frame. Lobs it all the way across. Brancato, left baseline, drives in through traffic, goes underneath and off the backboard, so taken back by Ludlowe. Duffy looking to run through traffic, puts it home and a foul.
And Rob, getting back to that previous shot Brancato had, he was all alone at the three-point line. The rotation came out to him across court. He gets the ball. He had a good 5 to 8 feet on his defender coming at him. He could have pulled up for a three. Instead, he chose to put it on the floor. Got a little too close to the baseline on the drive and puts it off the side of the glass.
I am grateful to the scoreboard here tonight because I can't hear the PA even if I wanted to. Free throw coming from Duffy. It's up and good. That makes it 11-10, 1:38 to go in the first quarter in a packed house here at Fairfield Warde. Bounce pass comes near side. That's Parsons. Parsons driving in. He gets it back, pulls up in the lane. It falls.
Good ball movement by Warde. Good give and go. Gets Parsons right in the middle of the lane. A nice, easy 8-footer to drop.
The 3-point lead at the other end. Almost cut to one, but unable to come up with it was Kutzi at the other end. Looking to run is Antonio Brancato. That's no good. Taken back, though, by Duffy. Duffy across the line. Goes to the left sideline. Feeding it across from Prowett Smith. Duffy calling a signal. 55 to go in the first quarter, 13-10 game. Goes to the right sideline. Frank Lamage is there. Up top, Duffy. Right at the center court stripe. Guarded by the 5'10 sophomore Antonio Brancato. To the near side, Mason Rush. Rush on the sideline, guarded by Parsons. He drives, gives it off up top. Kudzi swings inside, tipped around. Lamage able to get a handle on it. He's a 6'9 junior. Inside, rolls, tipped in.
It's almost unfair, Rob, having 6'9 down in the center when everybody else is 6'2", 6'3". That big, long wingspan, that long reach, able to get up and get his own rebound and put it back.
Parsons with 15 remaining in the quarter, swings right over to J.J. Conway. Parsons tried the bounce pass, almost got away from it, but able to grab it was Antonio Brancato. We're down to 7. Left side, small dome, sends it all the way across for Conway. Conway drives to the baseline. Up top it goes. Brancato at the buzzer. It's good! Antonio Brancato brings this place to its feet with a deep one at the buzzer. And we go to the end of one with Fairfield Warde holding a 16-12 lead, 4-point lead for the Mustangs. We start quarter number 2 right after this. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN network.
Here at the Darien Sports Shop, we are very excited about our newly redesigned men's department. Gentlemen, if you're shopping for work, weekend, or wedding, we've got the latest styles and trends inside our spacious new department just for you. We have vast selections from Peter Millar, Vineyard Vines, Johnny O, Duckhead, Barber, and so much more. And you can even walk out of the store in the new Wolverine 1,000-mile men's boot. Conveniently located with free and easy parking at 1127 Post Road, Darien, Connecticut. Or shop us online at dariensport.com.
Tired of all the bull? Relax and enjoy the experience of buying a car at Panby Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram. No bull allowed.
Back in Fairfield, Rob Adams, Chris Kalin, John Kovac, Dan Gardella. Dan, your thoughts after one?
Hey Rob, Ludlowe toward the end of that first quarter moved to a zone defense, and the only way to kill a defense is by that ball move, by using great ball movement, and Warde certainly did that, which led to a Brancato 3 to end the first quarter.
Dan, thank you very much. Darien has lost to Don Bosco 5-2 in hockey tonight down at the Darien Ice Rink. That from the Darien Times, I'm guessing from Steve Buno. Thank you very much. Second quarter underway, 16-12 our score. Warde up 4. Ludlowe trying to cut it to 1. Bounce pass comes inside. They'll work it all the way across into the left corner of 3. That is too strong. Thrown up there by Mason Rush. Looking to bring it back the other way. This is Marcel Parsons between the circles. The fadeaway jumper is good.
Oh, that was sweet, Rob. Nice fadeaway jumper. Parsons uses that athleticism to get the separation for that shot.
18-12, the lead up to 6. Sean Saylor keeping us company with a bunch of great notes tonight that he provided. Here comes a 3 from Rush. That's no good. Fight for it underneath the bucket and taken back by the Falcons. Sean Conway feeds it ahead. He gets it back. Here's a deep 3. That is too strong. Rattles around. Taken back by Lawrence. 6-point game, 18-12, 7 minutes remaining before intermission. To the right elbow, we get a whistle. Before the shot, on the floor. Marcel Parsons picks up the foul. It's his first, team's third.
Parcells got beat on the drive, tried to reach in, hopefully to try to strip the ball away. Unfortunately, he got himself a little too much of a Ludlowe player.
On the inbound, comes all the way in up top. Kudzi feeds to the free throw line. That is good. Thomas Duffy has 5.
Great rotation by Ludlowe, able to get that open man behind the defense in short distance from the rim. Nice shot.
Brancato goes right side. Sean Conway over there. Brancato, Giacomo to the elbow, works inside, gets to the blocks, and then from the baseline, it is good.
And you're watching Ludlowe, and you see it a little bit with Warde. That zone isn't expanding to pick up that man toward the perimeter.
Malcolm Brune makes it a 6-point game once again. 20-14, 6:20 to go before intermission. Up top, Mason Rush goes left, finds Greg Lawrence. Lawrence holds it high, brings it back to the top of the arc for Greg Lawrence. Lawrence hands off to Duffy. Duffy, the 6-foot senior. Right hand on the dribble. Brings it off to the near sideline. Kudzi waiting there. They'll play a game of keep away and get it back to Mason Rush. Driving inside, Rush. Now the turnaround, Lamage, no good. 5:50 to go in the first half. They'll fight for it. And finally, we get the whistle.
It's going to be a hold. Yeah, it's going to be a hold on Lamage. Just got beat on the rebound on that play. And the hard part is when you got both players on that ball, you get that movement. One arm gets wrapped up and the other player can't move because of that tie-up. The player without the ball is going to get called for that hold.
Antonio Brancato drives to the elbow, hands it off to Giacomo. He hits!
Great footwork by Giacomo, able to get himself set. Good elevation for that shot.
22-14, 8-point lead, largest of the night, but a quick answer and a 3 from Mason Rush.
And that's what Ludlow's going to have to do. They get that open jumper, whether it's inside or outside that three-point line, take it. If you're feeling it, take that shot.
Handing it off, here's Giacomo Brancato, gets to the elbow, feeds right, goes off the small dome, drives in, no good, gets it back, nope. We get a whistle underneath.
And Kudzi looks like he's going to get called for the push.
Free throw up and no good.
And both teams have played a clean half so far. Neither one of them anywhere near anywhere near the bonus.
From girls hockey, SWS over Trumbull 3-0, so SWS has clinched an FCIAC berth for the second year in a row. Congratulations to them. 5-point game here, 22-17, 5 remaining in the first half. He misses them both. It'll be Ludlowe ball in the blue and white. They'll bring it up from left to right. They've got some gray or silver in that uniform as well. Bounce pass does come in. Duffy hands it back. Across the timeline from left to right goes Kudzi, the 6'0 junior. Off into the corner, a 3 coming. That is too strong. and taken back. Duffy tried the three from the left corner. Giacomo Brancato with the moves into the lane. Had it knocked away and taken back. Thrown the other way. Mason Rush driving to the blocks. Lays it in.
Oh, great handwork by Rush. Able to maintain the high control of that basketball and avoid his defender.
22-19, a three-point game. Far sideline. Giacomo Brancato. Now it's Antonio Brancato. He drives, gives it off. Giacomo driving in to the left blocks. Had it blocked. A lot of blocks there. Into the corner, and a travel's going to turn it the other way.
It's a little stutter step by Jackson Longley. Has the original three-pointer, gets the defender up on him. That little hesitation gives it the stutter step.
Warde at 9-7, 7-5 in the FCIAC. Ludlowe 9-5, 6-4 in the conference.
And you're seeing
4:12 to go in the quarter.
And you're seeing Ludlowe picking up the pace on defense.
Across the line, here comes Kudzi. Now gets it to Cole Prowett-Smith. Bounce pass goes inside. It's put up good and a foul. Greg Lawrence to the line.
Great work by Lawrence, using the footwork to get to the middle of the paint. Gets to the spot he wants. Great job with ball control and everything else. Putting the shot up and then taking the foul.
Jackson Longley picks up the foul, his fourth. John, how's it look up there?
The pace we talked about it needing to slow down at some point. No sign of that yet.
The lefty hits the bonus. We're knotted at 22. 3:55 to go in the first half. Feeding it up top. Jackson Longley goes to the sideline. Parsons can't dial it up from long distance. Taken back by Duffy. Duffy from left to right gets across the line. Gets to the elbow. Gets to the blocks in the lane. And a whistle. Basketball tomorrow from Wilton High School. Brian McMahon and Wilton. Big FCIAC game tomorrow at 7 on the HAN network. Jackson Longley picks up the foul, his second. Saturday from New Canaan. The FCIAC Wrestling Championships happen at 4 o'clock. Thomas Duffy to the line. Free throw good. Ludlowe regains the lead.
And getting back to what I was saying before, Rob, when Ludlowe picked up its pace and started to expand its zone, that's when Warde started to get more difficult shots. You get that defender in front of you. Now you're not taking an open jumper, it's here. Now try to shoot over this, and that's what they're doing.
Second, no good. 1 out of 2, but the offensive board for Rush. Feeds it back out, Prowett-Smith, now Kudzi, down 2. 3:30 remaining in the first half. 23-22, Fairfield Ludlowe with a 1-point lead. Second lead change of the night as we come down to 3:20. Prowett-Smith goes to the right side, throws it up. That was kind of wild. Taken back by Smaldone. Now tipped back to Rush. Rush across the line. Starting to drive inside. Pull up from the lane was Duffy. Duffy gets it back. 3:05 to go in the first half. Mason Rush feeds it all the way over. Kudzi lobs inside. Lawrence driving in. Rush from the baseline. No good. Brancato's got the loose ball. Giacomo into the front court. Smaldone now to the right corner for a 3 for Conway.
Warde outruns Fairfield back to their side of the court.
25-23. Underneath at the other end. Basket no good. Here comes Giacomo Brancato. Gets to the elbow. Brings it back out for Parsons. They play a game of catch all the way over for Smaldone. Conway calling for Parsons to take the ball. He does. Down to 2:20 to go in the first half. 25-23 at Fairfield Warde High School. It's a good one. The handoff goes to Giacomo Brancato. Got to the elbow as he slid through. Now into the blocks. Off glass, lays it in.
Great work by Warde, attacking the rim, trying to get points that way while the zone is spread.
The lead back to 4, near side. Cole Prowett-Smith. He takes a look, right wing foul line extended. Bounce pass goes over, finds Kudzi. The 6-foot sophomore, junior, he gets it back with 1:50 to go in the first half. 27-23. Slowing things down with 1:43 remaining in the half. Left hand on the dribble, now switches hands, gets to the right hand, goes right side. Mason Rush has got it, gets to the elbow, spins, takes a look on the pivot, almost sliding down. That was Duffy. Duffy with 90 seconds remaining in the first half. John Daly calling a play over on the Ludlowe side. Brings it to the near sideline. Left hand on the dribble. Taking a look to his right. Being guarded by the opposite 23, Parsons. Down it goes to Lawrence and out of bounds. A whistle right as it went out of bounds, so we'll get the foul call.
A lot of ball movement by Ludlowe. It looks like they're not getting them set. They're not finding a lot of confidence in their shot. They're not getting open looks because Warde is moving very well, getting the spots.
Small Doan gets the foul. To the line, the lefty, no good.
I think they're also rushing those shots that they get, Chris.
Yeah, without any kind of shot clock, I mean, the one drawback to that is it doesn't force you to have confidence in those shots.
Second free throw is good.
No, when your defense is closing down the lanes and blocking shots like Warde is, you're going to force the shot as soon as you see a crack.
Parsons goes right side for Brancato. Left hand on the dribble. Gives it off. Mark Schwartz waits there. Schwartz with under 1 to go in the first half. Malcolm Brune swings right for Schwartz. Schwartz takes a look. Tried to throw the bounce pass inside. It's a turnover. Trying to find a cutting Conway in the right blocks. Out of bounds with 49.6 to go. 27-24 Warde.
Ludlowe did a nice job in that possession, cutting off the lane from Warde.
Coming across the timeline from left to right. And nearly blocked away and knocked away by Giacomo Brancato. Looking for the call. Tom Cribbins got it. It will stay with Ludlowe. Thomas Duffy will stretch out the hamstrings right in front of us. He'll inbound it and does get it in. Fighting past Giacomo Brancato. It's up top with a half minute to go in the first half. 27-24. To the sideline with Cole Prowett-Smith. Going left. Down to 20. 3-point game. Driving to the right blocks. They'll feed it back out. Rush down to 13. Duffy. Duffy to Prowett-Smith. The sophomore with 9. Spins to his left with 5. Throws it up. It rattles. No good. Prowett-Smith the putback. No good. One more try and a foul. A foul. A foul called. Zeros on the scoreboard, but called right as the clock went to expire. Dave Rayla is getting just hammered from the Warde fans.
But you know what? It's right. It is a good call. He did get the pull on it.
I agree.
On the drive, back up for that after that second offensive rebound.
J.J. Conway picks up the foul. Free throw missed by Lawrence. He's 2 of 4 at the line.
You know, in some ways, Rob, this is just like the girls' game.
Free throw coming to cut it to 2. It is up from the lefty and good. 27-25. That will be the end of the first half. We're going to send it back across the way to the public address announcer. Seth Fry will take the microphone.
Okay, before we continue with our coaches versus cancer aspect of tonight's game, we thought it was fitting that being in this gym for a basketball game between 2 Fairfield schools, we take the time to thank and acknowledge Dave Schultz for his contributions to Fairfield basketball for parts of the last 5 decades. While some of you may know, but many may not, Dave is retiring at the end of the school year. Many people here tonight know Dave as the Fairfield Ludlowe Athletic Director, but his legacy in Fairfield goes far beyond that. Some of you may be aware, and others may not know, that Dave played here when it was Andrew Ward High School. From 1969 to 1973, he was part of the basketball program. And although we don't have conclusive video proof, it is rumored that he is Fairfield's all-time leading rebounder. After playing pickup with Dave, I would not doubt it.
we have a mic here?
Following his time at Southern Connecticut State, where he played, Dave returned to Fairfield and became Coach Schultz, as he led the junior varsity at Ludlowe High School from 1978 to 1985. When the schools consolidated and Fairfield High School began, he took over as the head coach and was the only head coach that Fairfield High School ever had from 1986 to 2004. During that time, Coach Schultz worked with thousands of students in his physical education classes, summer camps, and hundreds more that were part of the basketball program. He also began to serve as the boys basketball committee chair for the FCIAC, a position he still holds now. In his spare time, he also coached his daughter's AAU basketball teams. When the decision was made to return to 2 high schools, Coach Schultz was an easy choice to head the athletic department at Fairfield Ludlowe High School. He continued to run summer camps and teach basketball to hundreds of more students during his tenure as AD. He also started and coached Unified Sports Program at Fairfield Ludlowe High School, which includes a basketball season. Coach Schultz has been honored with numerous awards over the years for all he has done to contribute to high school athletics. Tonight we are thanking him for what he has done for basketball in Fairfield. After all, as our late friend and Dave's longtime assistant, Walter Fitzgerald, said at the end of Dave's time as Fairfield High's coach, Dave Schultz is Fairfield basketball. Thanks, Coach, and congratulations.
Dave Schultz receiving a plaque from Seth Fry.
Mr. Schultz.
Most giving him a standing ovation, although the Fairfield Warde fans are now slow to rise. Dave will retire at the end of the year from Fairfield Ludlowe, and he will become the head of the FCIAC. As we said in game number 1, John Kovac has known him a long time, so have I. He's a very sweet man. He's great for the FCIAC. A solid job here as we get to halftime. Let's send it. Just a moment. Let's send it over to Dan as soon as I'm ready. I'll give you the indication, Dan. Got to do a little switcheroo. Dan.
Hey guys, I'm here with Coach John Daly. Coach Warde, it was a very fast-paced game throughout the first half. What do you got to do to slow the pace down and kind of play your game?
We've got to get back in transition. We're getting a little lost. We're more concerned about stopping the basketball, and we're losing sight of those shooters in the corners. So we have to get back, take away that sideline pass. We've got to get a hand up on the corner shooters, but we're doing just fine. You know, we've got to throw it in a little bit more, and we've got to take advantage of our size and keep hitting the glass.
Coach, thank you very much. Back to you guys.
All right, Dan, thank you very much. We'll take a timeout. Halftime, 27-25, Warde up 2. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network. The HAN Network travels all over Fairfield County in our HAN Cruiser, covering news, sports, and entertainment.
And when we do, we make sure that our HAN Network branded floor mats are with us to keep the dust and dirt outside.
These mats get filthy, and there's only one company that can get rid of that kind of dirt.
Triple S, with locations all over Fairfield County. We're just now pulling into their Stamford facility. Rob, let's go see if Steve and Wanda can clean these mats up.
Wanda, Steve, literally thousands of feet have walked across our mats in the last 5 months in wind, rain, mud, more.
Is there any way you could make these mats look like new again?
No problem.
That's what we do here. Come on in.
For more than 50 years, Triple S has been Fairfield County's expert service for carpet, upholstery, and drapery cleaning. We provide the best in repairs and in-depth restoration, understanding fabrics and how to properly clean and restore them. Our staff will come to your home to clean your wall-to-wall carpet to perfection. We can also pick up your fine carpets and bring them to our facilities. With locations in Norwalk, Stamford, and Stratford, Triple S will get the job done fast, big or small. At Triple S, you can count on our people as well as our cleaning. Find us at triplesclean.com or 203-847-8000.
At the Sylvan Learning Center of Darien, experienced teachers and personalized academic support equals superior results. Our certified teachers uncover skill gaps, address specific needs, and help students realize greater academic success and increased confidence. We're enrolling now. Individualized after-school tutoring in reading, math, history, elementary math, algebra, geometry, calculus, high school science, and study skills. For a free consultation, call 203-655-3276 or email gmcsylvan@gmail.com.
Want to learn how sponsored content can help your business? Let the HAN Network help. First of all, what is sponsored content? Well, it's a story, video, or other content compelling enough for folks to want to read it, view it, or interact with it, and it's sponsored by a business. We create this kind of content for clients all the time. We build an interesting story or video that carefully weaves your business's brand into the narrative. It might be a story about how the condominium law in New York State makes property taxes on condos much lower than in Connecticut. The sponsor is a condo developer in Westchester, New York. Or a video explaining the European roots of a cafe and yoga studio in Wilton. Or talking about the history of a brand, product, or store while showing its modern-day incarnation. Or even a poll that asks readers to answer a question that leads them to your brand. Let the HAN Network Content Studio build a story around your business.
I'm John Kovach. I'm a newspaper editor. I'm a high school football coach. I'm a television presenter, and I want you to love fishing as much as I do. Tune in to Yankee Fisherman, Thursdays at 1 on the HAN Network. It's like going to the tackle shop without leaving your office.
Hi, I'm Rob Adams with my good friend Donald Eng, and we're the home team for Nutmeg Sports, Monday through Wednesday at 2 o'clock right here on the HAN Network. We are the place for all things Connecticut sports, so come hang out with us on Nutmeg Sports. Don? They don't call him the best color man in the game for nothing. Nutmeg Sports, 2 o'clock, Monday through Wednesday right here on the HAN Network.
I'm Denise DiGregoli, the host of The Drive on the HAN Network. Join me Tuesdays for some motivational, intelligent talk with a little humor as we visit with people who live their lives mindfully. Tune in to The Drive live on Tuesdays, 12:30, here on the HAN Network.
When it comes to local entertainment, we've got it all.
From movies, local artists, etiquette, and more.
Watch HAN Arts and Leisure every Thursday at 2 on the HAN Network.
I'm Kate Chaplinsky. Join us for Coffee Break, weekdays at 11 to get the latest Connecticut news, weather, high school sports, and more. News doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break on the HAN Network.
Back with you at Fairfield Warde High School, 27-25, our halftime score. Rob Adams, John Kovach, Chris Camlin, Dan Gardella across the way. Dan.
Here with Coach Ryan Swaller. Coach, it was a very fast-paced first half. What was working for you guys?
The pace of the game is what we expect and we want, and that's the level we want to play at. So we're excited with the pace right now going into the third and fourth quarter. Defense, we know we got a lot of size. They have size in us, so we need to rebound and be physical with them down low. But it's more just our half-court execution. Trying to drive in their bigs isn't a great idea. We're getting too many block shots against us. Got to look to drive and kick and get those open shots. So right now, that's mainly what we're looking for.
What's one or two things that you think you need to work on to finish out this win?
It's continue to be physical, offensive rebounding, and limiting them to their offensive rebounds. but just keeping that tempo up. Relying on our bench to be able to carry us through that third and fourth quarter, as they're fatigued with their shots, with their legs, and eventually just run past them in the fourth quarter.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
All right, Dan, thank you very much. Halftime 27-25 as we bring it back over here, and the leading scorer on the night, J.J. Conway, has 12 points. That paces Fairfield Warde on the other side. They are led by Mason Rush with 7, but they've spread enough out. 2-point game. We've got exciting stuff, Cato.
Absolutely, Rob. And the one thing, watching Mason Rush in about the last 5 minutes of that second quarter, he was all over the place. Whether it was the boards, out at the three-point line, running down the basketball, he just showed tremendous speed, intensity, and grit. And I think if Fairfield can start to feed off of that, they got a very good shot at winning this game.
John, your thoughts as we get here to halftime?
I think Ludlow's got to get a few stops. Obviously, they've got to hit some shots. Warde right now, I think, can dictate the pace a little better than Ludlowe can. Ludlowe needs somebody to get hot. Rob?
Getting ready for the second half. Nice ceremony to honor Dave Schultz at halftime. And, of course, the coaches versus cancer matchup here at Fairfield Warde. And Fairfield Warde trying to finish off and win every single game at every single level.
Trying to make it a clean sweep of the day.
We saw the girls' JV game, and that game at one point was very heavily in favor of Fairfield Warde, but Ludlowe made a big run, and in the end, it wound up a 4-point Warde win. That was fun to watch.
Sounds like it was a fun game to watch.
This may be the closest one, sorry, Rob, that we've seen.
Tomorrow we go to Wilton High School for Wilton and Brian McMahon. And again, that's an FCIAC game that both those schools need.
Absolutely, and you're talking about a game of two different styles of basketball. You've got Wilton, the half-court game, ball rotation, ball movement, nail a shot from the three-point line. Where you have Brian McMahon, you have speed, athleticism, and hustle. And they'll just attack you. They keep coming at you. They've got speed and energy, and they just ride on you right through the game.
I will give you conclusive proof, by the way, that I am old in a moment. Third quarter underway. Sean Saylor is already smiling, laughing at me. He knows why. We've mentioned Anthony Pirelli a few times tonight. He tweets, and I quote, "Cleaning today and found a CD of radio broadcasts from my 13-year-old football championship. Who was calling the game?"
Oh, boy.
Me. Wow.
I thought you were going to say Dave Rothenberg.
To the right baseline. Rothenberg only did a little bit of play-by-play, sitting alongside me a few times. He did a little football and a little bit of basketball. Of course, he's at 98.7 now and doing quite well for himself. Up top, it's taken by the Falcons. Anthony, thanks for that. Nice smile, even if I feel a little older. 7:09 to go, third quarter, 27-25. Cole Prowett-Smith deals between the circles for Lawrence, goes right side. Here's Duffy, a three. No, that is short. Rebounded by Giacomo Brancato. It's a two-point game. Quick outlet comes near side. J.J. Conway, Brancato feeds across, gets it to Smaldone. Chris Smaldone, spinorama into the left blocks, brings it over to Marcel Parsons. Parsons on the right wing with 6:45 to go in the third quarter. It's a two-point game. Driving, Parsons leans in, and he makes it a 4-point game.
Great drive by Parsons, getting outside the lane, but able to get the position and put it off the window.
29-25. 6:27 to go, third quarter. Right hand on the dribble. Aiden Kudzi steps inside, bounces off of Rush, and it'll go the other way. 4-point lead.
Looked like one too many passes there. Instead of kicking the ball out, Ludlowe tried to get deeper with it, just right into a herd of Mustangs.
Across the timeline, Marcel Parsons with the handoff going to J.J. Conway. Conway in a battle of 11s. It's Brancato, leans in off glass. Good.
Great job by Brancato with the drive going high off the glass.
Giacomo Brancato has 6 on the night, and it's a 6-point game. 5:55 remaining, third quarter. Driving Kudzi, had it behind his back, knocked away. It'll go the other way.
Great work by Brancato. Recognizes that the ball is right there at his side. Just turns and just a little poke at the basketball. just enough to dislodge it and forces the Ludlowe player to knock it out of bounds.
Smaldone swings right for Parsons. Parsons up top. Parsons to the elbow. Parsons to the blocks. Had it rejected by Lawrence and out of bounds.
And Parsons had Pruitt Smith beat. Gets to the position and just dares the rotation by the big fella, Greg Lawrence.
5:36 to go third quarter, 31-25. Fighting inside, and we get a foul.
Not a foul, it's going to be a travel, Rob.
Schwartz spins the ball the other way. So it'll be inbounded by Mason Rush. Duffy in the backcourt. Duffy from right to left. 6-point game, 5:23 to go third quarter. Looking, feeds near the elbow, gets inside Lawrence in the block, spins around, left side, good.
Great job by the big man, getting position in the low post, putting it in with a big right hook.
31-27, coming up on 5 remaining in the third quarter. Left hand on the dribble is Smaldone, switches hands, goes off to the right corner. There's Conway. Conway gives it back. Back out it goes Smaldone. Conway now gets to the right blocks, works it in, tried to underhand it, no good. Taken by Lawrence. Lawrence to Duffy. Duffy driving to cut it. Off glass, no good. The put back, nothing. Taken by Smaldone. Knocked away. It's a 2-on-1. Kudzi and a foul. Little contact after the play, and they'll break that up quickly. Mason Rush not liking what Mark Schwartz did. Everybody will boo and hiss. Lives will be impacted. I think we'll all survive. Chris Smaldone picks up his third foul.
Just great hustle by both teams right now, intercepting the passing lanes, not allowing any kind of ball movement.
Here's the free throw. That is no good.
Just like the girls' game, Rob, the stripe is killing Ludlowe.
It is.
It may as well be a wall.
Or move it back 30 feet.
5 of 9 from the stripe. Second one on the way. It is up and no good, 5 of 10. But they get it back. Kudzi works it underneath. Lawrence had it. Now it's Giacomo Brancato. Gets around Duffy. Gets to the right block. Stops right side of the lane. Backs it out. Conway from the free throw line. No good. Gets his own miss. Takes a look. Sends it across. Giacomo Brancato. Little fake for the three. Leans in. Got it.
Great job by Brancato driving to the basket, seeing the lane and splitting it.
33-27, lead back to 6. Bring it all the way back out. It goes to Mason Rush. Now Duffy. Duffy switching hands on the dribble, being guarded by Marcel Parsons. Goes left side to Cole Prowett-Smith, who gets to the baseline, spins around, feeds it back out. Waiting there is Duffy. Duffy into the lane. He was fouled as he went to the ground.
Parsons isn't happy with that call. But he did not give him enough time, enough space to get him. Once he was around him, he leaned right in and got the push.
On the inbound, the foul picked up. Second foul, swinging it right. Parsons on the foul. Cole Prowett-Smith to the sideline. Tried to bounce pass it inside to Lawrence.
Daly wanted the kick call from Tommy Cribben, and Tommy looked at him and said, I don't think so.
3.5 remaining, third quarter, 33-27. Warde up 6. Ludlowe last had the lead at 23-22. Brought in. Hayes Kelchner at the free throw line. Out it goes Duffy. Duffy, now the pull-up jumper. That is no good. Short. Taken back by Giacomo Brancato. In transition. He drives. Gets to the right blocks. There's a whistle before the shot. Blocking foul.
It's going to be a shooting foul.
It is going to be a shooting foul, yep. Duffy picks up the foul, his first. .3:19 to go third quarter. First one from Giacomo Brancato is good. He has 9 on the night now.
And Duffy tried to get to the spot for the defense to set up, and Brancato just exploded at the basket, and it just didn't give Duffy enough chance to set himself.
Second free throw is no good. Giacomo goes 1 of 2 at the line, 34-27. And a timeout. A full timeout taken by John Daly and Fairfield Ludlowe. 3:12 to go, third quarter. Warde 34, Ludlowe 27. We're back to Warde right after this. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Find over 1,000 special stories at Hospital for Special Surgery. Go to hss.edu/backinthe-game.
I was jogging 5 months after my cartilage tear.
Skiing a year after hip surgery.
And playing grandma 4 weeks after hip replacement.
One special hospital, 1,000 special stories. See Connecticut patients at hss.edu/CT.
You are watching the HAN Network, and you're not alone. Nearly 500,000 viewers enjoyed our broadcasts in the first 5 months. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Jessica Murrin, Advertising Director, at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
At Fairfield Warde High School, Rob Adams, Chris Kalin, John Kovach, Dan Gardella. Dan, your thoughts?
It's a wild one, guys. Same thing, same situation in the first half to the second half. In the first half, J.J. Conway exploded, scoring 9 of the first 11 points. Now in the second half, it's Giacomo Brancato, guys. He's been driving to the rim, drawing fouls, making shots. So, I mean, Ludlowe, if they want to get back in it, they got to shut down him, but they also have to shut down J.J. Conway still.
And a wide open Duffy, Dan, for 3 is good.
And that's also what Ludlowe has to do, sink those three-pointers.
In a lot of ways, that's how Ludlowe tried to live in the girls' game tonight, live and die by the 3. In that case, Warde just took it to him and ran away to a 59-38 win.
Well, the thing is, the three-pointer, when it goes down, it's your friend. When it doesn't, it's a nightmare.
On the far sideline, Sean Conway feeds inside. Antonio Brancato off the front of the rim, no good. Conway gets the rebound, backs it all the way out. 2:21 remaining third quarter, 4-point game. To the baseline, Giacomo Brancato now heads toward the right corner. On the near sideline, in a 4-point game, coming down to 2 remaining in the third quarter. Up top, played by Sean Conway. 2 Conways, 2 Brancatos on the floor. Then add in Malcolm Brune. That's your 5 for Warde. Here's Antonio. Brings it across to Sean Conway. It's a 3!
Great concentration by Sean Conway. Gets the three-pointer, gets his feet set. Even with the defender in his face, he's able to get the elevation in the shot off.
Right back to a 7-point game. Hayes Kelchner in the right blocks, goes to the right corner now. Cole Prowett-Smith, 1:40 remaining third quarter. Sent down, it goes to Frank Lamage in the left blocks. Went to put it up, no good. Giacomo Brancato takes it back as the ball was stripped away. Brancato into the front court. Brancato lost the handle. Kelchner gets it back. Kelchner, the 6'5 junior, at the other end to Duffy, no good, and a foul.
Great hustle by Duffy. He hustles out, gets out there, has 2 defenders, but's not afraid. Takes it right at him and draws a foul.
Malcolm Brune picks up the foul, his first. It'll send Thomas Duffy to the line. Duffy, 9 points on the night.
And what you've seen out of Warde so far, Rob, is what Coach Swaller talked about with Dan.
Free throw, good.
Keep the physical play up, work hard on defense, and attack the rim for rebounds and points.
Marcel Parsons comes back in for Warde.
And they continue to do that, and it's paying off for them. That's how they've been able to counter Ludlow's size. Sorry, Rob.
We mentioned earlier today on Coffee Break, Alex Trezzacco had the interim tag removed from his name. He is now the permanent head coach of Danbury High School football. Free throw coming. That is no good. They fight for it underneath, and a jump ball will be called. For the most part, Messrs. Raylo and Cribben have let them play. That's our first jump ball of the evening, to my knowledge.
Yeah, it is.
Ludlowe retains possession. In it comes, goes far side, brings it all the way out. Duffy will call a play. as we come down to the final 70 of the third quarter. To the far side, the quick pass all the way across Kelchner. Feeds Lamage down low. Back out Kelchner. Kelchner faking the three. Lots of pink. Pink on the socks. Starting to drive is Duffy. Duffy to the blocks. Duffy left side of the lane, no good. Fighting for his own rebound. He gets it back all the way out. Here's Cole Prowett-Smith. Goes right for Kudzi. Into the right blocks. Kelchner fighting. Yes! Hayes Kelchner back to a 4-point game, 37-33.
Great work by Kelchner. Just a little, put it on the floor, go right at the basket.
Down to the final 36. Left side, J.J. Conway. Conway to Sean Conway at the left elbow. He hits. He has 5 here in the third, 39-33, I should say. Looking things over with 16. John Daly, the jacket off with the blue sneakers on, down to the final 10. Ryan Swaller back behind him. He's got the white sneakers on and a whistle driving in. 5.7 remaining in the third.
We got the hit. We're going to see who it's on.
I believe on Sean Conway, his first.
Yeah, it's going to be on Sean Conway to drive in. What I'm surprised by Ludlowe, and if you look down in the low post, Rob, it was Lamage on Parsons. You're talking about, I figure, a 9-inch difference at least.
Kudzi at the line, first one good.
And for Lamage, if you've got that kind of advantage, get in front of Parsons and body him off. You get it open, take the pass in, and it's an easy 2 points for you.
Second one coming. He can cut it to 4 with 5.7 remaining in the third. Dip, flip, good. 39-35. We had a buzzer beater before. Let's see if Sean Saylor gets to tweet another one. At the elbow, now thrown up at the buzzer. It didn't go. Parsons almost brought this place to life. After 3, Warde 39, Ludlowe 35. It's anyone's ball game. Come back for the fourth quarter. We start it right after this. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN network.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
Remind you of the last time you went into a car dealership? Experience stress-free waters at Pamby Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram and find out how easy buying a car really is.
Back here at Fairfield Warde, right as we got ready to come back from break, the Fairfield Ludlowe cheerleaders finished their cheer. They, of course, are the FCIAC champions once again. You saw it right here on the HAN network.
How was announcing? Sorry, Chris. How was announcing that, Rob?
You know, it was a lot of fun just to kind of be the narrator of it, John, just to kind of anchor that and leave everything to Amanda Soroyce, who did just a great job kind of breaking it all down for us. She was a lot of fun to work with. And that's you know, some of the things we've been able to do at the HAN network, introduce you to people who you never knew had the chance to become stars.
Did you bring your Cliff Notes?
I did my best. Wrestling on Saturday. Speaking of stars, Bill Bloxham will be the star on Saturday. I just drive the bus. 7:45 to go. 39-35. Antonio Brancato, left hand on the dribble, gets a pick set, goes off to the left side. Marcel Parsons for Fairfield Warde in a 4-point game. 7:30 remaining. He drives around. He's got it up top. The bounce pass and a kick ball. $7:27 remaining. Fourth quarter. Seth Fry and everybody here at Fairfield Warde, thank you 1,000 times once again for making us feel like this is our home, and it'll be our home for probably 4 more basketball games this season alone. Getting to the free throw line, trying to work it inside. It was Aaron Hayes Kelchner will take the ball.
Conway tried to get a little too cute with the passing.
Bounce pass into the front court. Kudzi goes to the right side, gets it off, feeds it all the way across. Near side, Mason Rush. Rush for Ludlowe. Ludlowe with the pass back out, goes over to the far side, waiting there, Thomas Duffy. Duffy, the 6-foot senior, gets it inside to Greg Lawrence. Lawrence, the 6'4 sophomore, spins it all the way over. Here's a three. Duffy, no good. Fighting for it. 2 Falcons were there, but it's taken away by Sean Conway. Conway in transition, pulls up at the free throw line, hits.
Nice easy shot, almost like a foul shot there for Conway.
41-35, a 6-point game. Certainly no time yet to panic, but Warde has had the lead for a long time, dating back into the first half. Kelchner, he gets it back. He's thinking three. That is no good. Trying to get the rebound. Fighting for it. It's taken away instead by Brancato, and a foul right at midcourt. Thomas Duffy picks up his second.
Duffy's going to get caught out of position and take the. He sees the ball handler coming at him. He tries to turn to take the charge. It's just a little too late.
6:17 to go. Sean Conway to inbound. Gets it in. Finds Parsons. Parsons off into the corner. That's where Smaldone waits. Now to the right side. Parsons to Conway. Sean Conway backs it out. He's got Giacomo Brancato on his left. Brancato shifts over into the left corner. Now it's taken by Malcolm Brune. Up top, Smaldone. He drives. Here's Brune to the elbow. Back out, Conway. Sean Conway, right hand on the dribble, will take a look and give it off to Marcel Parsons, the 5'11 junior. On the dribble, he spins right. Back over to Brune. Brune up top, Smaldone. Now Parsons. That's an errant three. But they get the loose ball. Back to the free throw line. Brancato leans in. It falls. And a foul.
Great tenacity by Brancato, driving to the basket. Even though there's Ludlowe players all around him, he just manages to weave his way through to get that shot off. And you're seeing Warde's tenacity at work. They're working hard underneath the boards. They're outworking Ludlowe. Even though Ludlowe's got the size, the reach, and everything else.
The lead back to 8, now make it 9. 44-35, 5.5 to go, fourth quarter. Warde starting to feel it. They have a 9-point lead, the largest of the night. Rush goes far side. Cole Prowett-Smith. He directs traffic. A pick set by Lawrence. Left side, here's Duffy. They need to stop the bleeding right now with 5:10 to go. Warde trying to sweep everything. Prowett-Smith between the circles, gets to the elbow, just kind of throws it up. Brancato, now Hayes Kelchner puts it in, and a whistle and a timeout. Back to 44-37, a 7-point game. It's a 30-second timeout, 4:56 to go.
And Ludlowe finally able to regain some kind of control on the boards just on that scoring play. But throughout the second half, it's just been high intensity for Warde.
I know Dan's here somewhere. Dan, you almost disappear among the crowd.
I'm right over here, guys.
Talk to us.
Okay, so one thing for Warde that they definitely have going for them is their youth and their depth. They only have 3 seniors on their roster, so guys, the upside is, the potential is absolutely amazing for them. They've already got a chance in the postseason this year. They're looking to get into FCIAC, so the future is looking bright for them.
Thank you, Dan Gardella. 4:56 to go in the fourth quarter. Fairfield Warde with a 44-37 lead. Everybody back out onto the floor. It'll be a Warde ball. Parsons to inbound. Brings it in. Brancato on the left sideline. Right hand on the dribble, lobs it ahead. Here's Sean Conway from the right wing, foul line extended, pulls up, and it won't fall. The rebound taken back by Cole Prowett-Smith. Through traffic, gets it ahead. Kudzi in the backcourt. Crosses the timeline from right to left. Chest pass goes right to Prowett-Smith. The 5'11 sophomore, right hand on the dribble. Feeds inside Lawrence at the elbow. Right elbow, Greg Lawrence. Here's Kelchner. Kelchner, he's going to pull up. No, won't hit. The rebound, had it, lost it, scrums for it, and a whistle. Had it, climbed on top of Sean Conway.
Now it looks like Ludlowe's starting to pick up its pace a little bit. They're picking up the intensity level. Now they're attacking the boards. They're going to try to impose their will to try to get this lead.
Giacomo Brancato plays a game of catch with Marcel Parsons in the backcourt. Parsons crosses the timeline from left to right. We come down to the final 4:10. It's a 7-point game. Ludlowe in need of a stop and in need of hitting some baskets. Backed all the way out, slowing things down. On the dribble, moving, Giacomo Brancato works his way around Greg Lawrence, now past Thomas Duffy. Dishes off underneath, and the pretty ball movement to Chris Smaldone. 46-37 here at the other end. It's put home. Duffy able to cut it back to 46-39, and the turnover. Here's Prowett Smith, feeds off left corner. Duffy, left baseline, leans in, off glass, and a timeout. Duffy heats up with 4 in a row. The game back to 5 at 46-31.
And you're looking at intensity. Rob, it's a full timeout.
46-41, 5-point game. What were you going to say? Finish your point.
I think it's a great move by Swaller. Fairfield Ludlowe just cuts it to 5 points. Call the timeout and settle everything down.
A quick timeout here, 46-41. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN network.
It's the new year. The to-do list is long and it's easy to feel pulled in many directions at once. Your professional personal shoppers at Walter Stewart's are ready to check groceries off your list by shopping for you. Save extra time this year and spend it doing more important things. Great food and wine delivered to your home with the same-day service. Shop Stewart's online at stewartsmarket.com.
Back at Fairfield Warde. Rob Adams, Chris Callen, John Kovach, Dan Gardella. 46-41. Warde up 5 on Ludlowe.
And what we're going to find out whether or not Coach Waller was actually able to calm this Ludlowe rush.
Good atmosphere inside this building. Each team has now done an "I believe that we will win" chant, so each student section can get that out of their system.
I don't think it's going to be the last time either, Rob.
Brought across the timeline, bounce pass from Parsons. Parsons gets it back, Brancato standing up top. Parsons with 3:12 to go, 46-41, 5-point game. Spins around with Duffy on him, goes right for Conway. J.J. Conway, left hand on the dribble, takes a look, gives it inside. Brancato lost the handle. It goes out of bounds. Brancato says, my bad. They'll slap hands. It'll be Ludlowe ball. They can cut it. The lead is 5. Rush with the initial inbound. Now brought across the timeline with 2:52 to go. Sent ahead. It goes back to Rush. Rush losing the handle. Duffy and the turnover. Here's Brancato in a 2-on-1. Conway misses. Fighting for the loose ball. Prowett Smith. Quick out past Duffy. Duffy driving and a foul. Duffy down hard, but the key, Cato, is you got to hit your shots. Duffy's got to convert there.
Yeah, he's got to put that ball in. But the hard part is it's not an easy shot. He's taking on that drive to the basket. He's got the defender in front of him. He beats one defender, has another one in front of him. He isn't able to get his feet in position to get a good drive at the basket and then add the foul on top of it. Now it looks like he's landed either on his side or his back. May have had the wind knocked out of him.
We will avoid speculating, but of course the shot tells you what you need to know with 2:05 to go. So the concern right now for Thomas Duffy, as they resolve that, we'll think about grabbing a short break, see what they do with Duffy, and we'll come back to Fairfield Warde right after this 5-point game. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN network. Duffy back to his feet, trying to walk it off. Stands doubled over at the top of the arc right now comes back up. Duffy heads to the sideline. Hayes Kelchner will shoot the free throws. 46-41. .236 to go in the fourth quarter. Now Duffy back on the sideline. And of course that's the concern, is who's shooting the free throws. Kelchner is at the stripe right now, and it will be Kelchner.
Well,
Two shots.
I think the initial idea was they thought they were going to be able to put Duffy back in. Duffy's got to sit. He's got to sit at least
and that is no good. Go ahead.
At least one active tick of the clock because he got hurt. When he gets hurt like that, what has to happen is Ludlowe has an option. They can buy him back in by using a timeout. But they've chosen not to, so now he's got to sit.
He hits one of two, does Kelchner, to make it 46-42. 2.5 to go, fourth quarter. Not our job to tell everyone to stand up, but man, take a breath and enjoy how fun this has been. It's a 4-point game with 2:15 to go on a night for charity. Right side taken by Parsons. Parsons back up top for Brancato. Giacomo Brancato. The whole Warde team dedicates this game to them, and there is a whistle right at the line.
And Greg Lawrence is going to get called for the hold. Got a little too touchy with his hands, trying to work off the defender, try to get up in his kitchen, and just got a little too touchy. Get the hand on that jersey, you're going to get blown. You're going to get blown for that.
They do have fouls to give, though.
Both teams does.
And Ludlowe, by the way, down to just 2 timeouts, so that's obviously why they did what they did. Here's another foul. This time it will go on Cole Prowett-Smith. It'll be his first.
Absolutely, and in a game like this, especially at this point, you need your timeouts because you're going to need them late. You're going to need them at least with the last, with just under 2 minutes to go.
1:58 to play, 46-42. Looking for the inbound, comes into Giacomo Brancato all the way in the backcourt. Bounce pass comes over to Parsons. Parsons across the line. Parsons slows things up with 1:50 to play. J.J. Conway. Prowett-Smith tried to steal the ball away from him, working through a double team, and a travel turns it over. Ryan Swaller is just out of his mind on that call.
Well, I'll say it, he was wrong because what happened was Conway had position, he's moving his foot and he's rotating. His foot slides on the wood.
46-42, the final 100 seconds. Do we have a fantastic finish? We'll find out. Mason Rush, right wing, feeds it across. Duffy fakes the three, steps inside. Duffy, the little floater was an air ball, goes out of bounds. Last touched by Warde. .128 to go, 46-42. This place wants to explode for one reason or another. Duffy to inbound underneath the basket. Gets it in, up top. Feeds left. Here's Duffy. Duffy foul line extended on the left wing. Being guarded by Parsons. Right hand on the dribble. Now he's joined by Small Dome, 1:18 to go. Not panicking, going to Lawrence. Lawrence near the left baseline. Takes a look. A lot of ball movement as he gets it back out. All the way back out. Duffy for three. Oh, it's no good, but Lawrence the rebound. Fighting. They throw it in, and it's an errant pass taken back. It's a 3-on-1, and Duffy and Giacomo Brancato collide.
And what Prowett-Smith did over here, Rob, is he tried to throw it off Parsons to get the ball to go out of bounds. He knew he had no one to pass it to. He's trying to save the play. Parsons was heads up, just stepped aside and let the ball go out onto the court.
60 seconds remaining, and the foul picked up by Duffy. Again, a foul to give, and a timeout.
And Swaller wanted that foul. He thought it was in the act of shooting. He wants to get his guys to the line. They've shot very well tonight.
It is. a 30-second timeout. John Kovac, you've been quiet.
I'm caught up in this. It's setting up that it could be a great finish. But it could also, if Ludlowe gets cold or if Ludlowe rushes and makes bad passes like we just saw, this could end up being an 8-10 point margin and not look like the close game that we've had most of the night.
Dan Gardella, your thoughts?
It's been pretty crazy over here like it has been all game. The student section's kind of getting a bit restless as Ludlow's been going on a run. Meanwhile, the Ludlowe student section's been going crazy, and they're trying to look to pull it out here in the final minute.
Cato.
Well, right now, Ludlow's got to get some kind of turnover. They can't allow Warde to move the ball freely since there's no shot clock to count down.
On the inbound to Giacomo Brancato. 55 to play, fourth quarter, 46-42. Warde on top of Ludlowe. As we get the whistle with 51 to play.
Duffy's going to be called with the push. And we're going to go to the 1-and-1, Rob.
Duffy will pick up the foul. That is his fourth personal foul. Giacomo Brancato goes to the line. Free throw, good. That makes it a 5-point game, 47-42. Second free throw coming. It is up, and that is good.
Pine rattle.
48-42, 45 to play in the turnover. Here's Brancato. Brancato scoops and throws it in. (50-42), the lead back to 8 as we get a whistle at the other end. Who else but Giacomo Brancato, Cato?
Great, it's a great turnover by Warde. They forced the turnover. Brancato gets out on the run, and it's just recognition, knowing your player's heading up the court. He's got an open shot at the lane and drives it home.
On the inbound, fighting. It's good and a foul. So Cudsey gets it to go with 28 to go.
And Brancato's going to get called for the foul, Rob.
Just his first. To the line, 28 to go, 50-44.
And this has been Ludlow's Achilles heel all night long. It's been their foul shooting.
The bonus is up and no good. But Greg Lawrence, the rebound, and Greg Lawrence puts it home and a timeout.
Back to a 4-point lead, and Lawrence was just unbelievable under there in that possession.
Guys, I feel that the little chant they did, the hey, 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 goodbye, it's kind of jinxing it now. It's a 4-point game, 24 seconds to go. There's still time for Ludlowe to mount this comeback.
.24 to play.
But for Warde, you don't have to panic. It's still a two possession game no matter what. Just get a clean inbound and get it into your half court. Let them foul you, and then you're going to have to make
50-46, 24.3 to play. Having to make some adjustments on the fly here because this crowd ready to explode, and we've got a major screen set by the administrators to make sure all stays, stays cool.
Well, Rob, you should have done what I've done. I've gotten taller.
I know you have. You needed that kind of help, though.
This isn't even enough. I'd still look up at David Robinson.
So would everybody else.
24.3 to go.
There's not many people that look up at him.
All right, back out they come. A behind-the-scenes note to Dan. As we say in the trades, your pot is up. If you need to jump on, jump on. 22 to play. Near side, Brancato alone lays it in. Brancato makes it a 6-point game, 13 to go. Here's Duffy, he lays it in.
Clock's still running.
Duffy able to cut it to 52-48. We're down to 4.2.
If Warde knows what's best for him on a next play like that, the inbound, just hold the ball. The clock is running.
4.2 to go, 52-48.
If there was a 3-second delay on that shot coming in, Rob, they wouldn't have even had to inbound the ball. Just stand out of bounds and let the clock run out.
Students here are aligning like they're about to erupt. I could see them all coming down here.
4.2 to go.
Things are about to get crazy.
Conway at the line. Conway's free throw is no good. Looking to call a timeout. They have one, but there's 1 second left, and this is over. The picture tells you everything. Fairfield Warde completes the sweep. 52-48 is the final score. Of course, they still have to shake hands. And they will do so. But as you can imagine, it is chaos here. What a scene.
Just absolutely tremendous, and it's only fitting that Giacomo Brancato puts this game on ice with that layup.
And they are enjoying every last minute of it. Now the handshakes are going on, as you can probably see. It's hard to see, but great shots from above. 52-48, the final score, and Fairfield Warde gets the 4-point win.
And an outstanding finish to the night, Rob.
We promise you a post-game guest. We promise you more before we turn out the lights. The final score at Fairfield Warde High School. The Fairfield Warde Mustangs 52. The Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons 48. We come back to Fairfield Warde right after this. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
For more than 50 years, Triple S has been Fairfield County's expert service for carpet, upholstery, and drapery cleaning. We provide the best in repairs and in-depth restoration, understanding fabrics and how to properly clean and restore them. Our staff will come to your home to clean your wall-to-wall carpet to perfection. We can also pick up your fine carpets and bring them to our facilities. With locations in Norwalk, Stamford, and Stratford, Triple S will get the job done fast, big or small. At Triple S, you can count on our people as well as our cleaning. Find us at triplesclean.com or 203-847-8000.
I really wanted something that felt like a home. Coming from a big house, I wanted the feel of a home as opposed to a condo. The construction is incredible, whether it's the floors, the fireplace, the moldings, the lighting. It's as peaceful as my home was in the middle of the woods. It feels like a house. It does not feel like a condo or a townhome. I feel like I'm in my house.
Hi, I'm Rob Adams with my good friend Donald Eng, and we're the home team for Nutmeg Sports, Monday through Wednesday at 2 o'clock right here on the HAN Network. We are the place for all things Connecticut sports, so come hang out with us on Nutmeg Sports. Don? They don't call him the best color man in the game for nothing. Nutmeg Sports, 2 o'clock, Monday through Wednesday right here on the HAN Network.
Back here at Fairfield Warde High School, Warde a 52-48 victor over Ludlowe. Rob Adams is working on getting a guest. I think he has him. Rob, whenever you are ready, on you.
Chris Callen, thank you very much. I am joined by Giacomo Brancato, 18 points on the night. Giacomo, there's so many things to talk about coming out of this evening. Let's start with the game. What a job by you guys tonight.
Yeah, it's always great to be your crosstown rival. Coming to the game, we knew this was a big game for us to get into FCIAC, and it puts us in a great position. We got 3 games left. Hopefully we can close it out 3-0.
What went right in the second half? I mean, you guys had it going early on. You had the lead, but really the second half is where you pulled away.
We focused on keeping the lead. A lot of times we keep it a little close. We try to pull away. That was one of our main goals. And then executing our plays.
For you seem to heat up in the second half. How about that?
Yeah, second half. When the second half comes through, that's usually my half. I don't know. Just step up in the second half.
We saw you back on the FCIAC tour many months ago, and I remember seeing you that day and saying, all I said to you was, how are you? And all you looked at me and said was, fine. I knew you didn't want to talk that day.
Yeah.
Here tonight, dedicated to you. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
It was great, the game being in my honor, and last year, the circumstances I was in, it was a tough position. I knew it was going to be my last game of the year, and I'm just happy to be back on the court.
We swing back to basketball. What are you guys looking forward to now? You guys are a playoff team. Yeah. How do things look from here?
They look pretty good. We got 3 games left, and we can't take any of the teams lightly, even if the records aren't there. We gotta come out, hopefully go 3-0.
I'm going to finish on a personal note. Yeah. We watched everything that went on over the last year with you. Yeah. We followed the whole process. Great job and congratulations. Keep it going. We love watching you play.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Giacomo Brancato, great young man, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. What more can you say? 18 points on the night. Cato, back to you.
Thanks, Rob. And what more can you say about a rivalry night like this? I mean, you had it, intensity, wire to wire. Both teams played very clean games. Not a lot of fouls. It took, pretty much for both teams to get to those last 2 minutes or so before they were shooting free throws. The first half, no one was shooting. No one got near the bonus. Rob was talking about how the officials let him play. I don't think it was so much the officials. I think it was just a good, clean game played by both of these teams.
Cato, I think you're right, but John Kovac, your thoughts?
Yeah, these are guys that grew up playing together. They know each other's games. Some of these guys have been playing together for 10 years. Some of these guys, they're never going to play each other until they're in leagues with guys, senior leagues. They know each other's games. They're able to make the style work. Styles make fights. That's what you had.
And the surprising one, it's the rivalry, but the rivalry was more in the stands. The intensity was more about basketball on the court, and you can't ask for any better of a game. No one got too far ahead. Both teams kept clawing back into the fight. No one could run away and hide. It really was just a great basketball game all around.
It really was. It was a lot of fun. Dan Gardella still here as well. And Dan, this was a fun night.
This was a great game. This was the game in Fairfield. Warde, Ludlowe, like John said, some of these players have been playing with each other for 10 years. Some may never play with each other again. So this is one of the biggest games. And you could see by the student section and the crowd that just how big a game this was.
I don't know that I've got a whole lot more to add to this one other than to give you some final numbers. When all was said and done, who else? Sometimes the fairy tale just, the screenwriters do the job. Giacomo Brancato leads the night with 18 points, and he kicks Cancer's backside in the process. J.J. Conway had 12. Thomas Duffy led Fairfield Ludlowe with 16. Look, Ludlowe drops to 9-6. They're 6-5 in the FCIAC, but they're okay. They're going to be all right, Cato.
Absolutely. I think this was a game that Ludlowe wanted. Both teams wanted this because it's a high intensity, high octane type of game because you're playing your rivals. You want to try to use that to build momentum for yourself to go into the postseason. Unfortunately, in a situation like this, somebody's got to lose.
Fairfield Warde now 10-7, 8-5 in the FCIAC. Gentlemen, a great night, a terrific doubleheader. Will I see you tomorrow night? I will, correct?
You should be able, yeah, you'll see me.
All right.
I don't know when, but you'll see me.
We've got you tomorrow night for Wilton and Brian McMahon. I'll see you eventually as well.
Monday.
All right. I'll see you again soon. Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Love it. All right. We'll have a good crew tomorrow night. Great work by everybody here tonight, and a terrific job overall. And with all that said, hopefully a lot of money raised for Coaches versus Cancer. That will do it from Fairfield Warde High School. The final score in game number 1, the girls' game goes to Fairfield Warde 59-38. In the nightcap, Fairfield Warde wins the boys' game 50-46. Coffee break will begin your day tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock with Kate Chaplinsky, Donald Eng, and myself. Then tomorrow night, we'll see Wilton hosting Brian McMahon High School at Wilton High School. That's a 7 o'clock start. Saturday, the FCIAC Wrestling Championship. For our entire crew at Fairfield Warde High School, Marty Hersom, Josh Fisher, David Teagarden, Bill Bloxam, Sean Saylor, AJ Simonowski, Eric Gendron, Dan Gardella walking the sideline, John Kovach on double duty, Chris Callan alongside of me. I'm Rob Adams. A great night. Money raised for cancer. Fairfield Warde sweeps it all from Fairfield. Good night, everyone.
The preceding has been a presentation of the HAN Network, the leader for local news, sports, and entertainment in Fairfield and Westchester counties.